Hello everyone, it's been a while since I made a video and I wanted to get one made to show off some of the latest changes in Age of Goblins. We can see here the world map. This is where we can select between different colonies and settle new ones. The green line shows the flight path for incoming goblins landing at a new colony. It'll change color when we're over somewhere that would be bad to land. I already have a colony created here, so we'll load that one up. No load screens yet, sorry. One of the first changes you may notice is the world generation has matured significantly since the last video. All the materials in game are defined in scripts that will be user editable. Everything from how common a material is and what strata it's found in to how dense it is and what it's worth can be defined in the scripts. Let's have a look around at some of the features generated by the new generation algorithms. Plenty of caves develop and will give goblins a starting place for mining and give creatures a place to dwell. Only a few material types are implemented so far. Clicking on a cube will display its information in the upper right. Here we have a couple different soil types of varying densities. Material densities matter for the strength of the material, how fast it can be mined, and its potential uses. Interesting. A deep cave seems to have formed here. It appears to have side caverns of its own. Not sure how the goblins will get in, but it could be interesting. I guess some kind of lift will need to be built to get down there. Another feature I wanted in world generation was cliffs. The thought of building into a cliffside was always a neat one for me. And these cliffs look like they'll do nicely. And here's our lone goblin waiting for us. The landing area is always flat and has enough room to get started. The video is kind of low quality, but hopefully you can see the selection box around the entity when it's moused over. This shows the entity about to be selected. Of course, clicking selects the entity. Let's unpause so we can see some animation. Let's look at some more information about this entity on the right. For example, the skills will show the goblin skills and their level. This really changed the color of those toggle buttons. Anyway, let's look at another panel, the super secret debug panel that shows all the attributes this entity has. Specifically, let's look at the animation state. This shows what animation is currently playing. We can see that it's just switching idle animations. These animations are chosen at random with a weighted chance, so that animations like this one don't get played as often as the others, because that would be distracting. Some actions, like mining, have multiple animations to choose from. This breaks up the repetitiveness of the same animation playing over and over. This also allows our goblins to train for karate championships. Let's look at a looping animation. We'll pause this and I'll show you the mine on loop. The animation will lead in normally and then the middle part will loop. It will be smooth if it wasn't me that animated it, but you get the idea. You can see that it loops before reaching the end if you look at the progress slider here. Oh, and there's a tooltip I implemented as a test. Anyway, let's end the loop and watch that it will play out the animation returning to its intermediate pose, then pick an idle animation. Well, that's enough debug stuff. Let's see these animations in action. We'll mine this cube here. Also showing off the radial menu. It's currently unthemed, so it doesn't look very pretty, but it's functional. The speed of the walk animation is tied to the speed of the goblin. So as you can see, the animation slows down as the goblin does. Now I can show you cube modes. These are different modes for interacting with the world. I've shown you this before, but let's see it again. In the mine mode, everywhere I click, a mine job will be added for that position. Then I can hold control and click and the jobs get removed. The add mode has changed a bit. I still have the preview of placement, but when I select a build spot, I'll get this void cube until I've selected a material. This list will show the nearby available materials. Mousing over will show where it is in relation to the cube being added. When I select a material, the add job will be added. Unpausing will see the goblin pick up the material and drop it off the construction site. He's not smart enough yet to know he doesn't have to drop it, since he's just going to pick it up again. But he'll do that and then build the cube. Now remember at the beginning of the video I said that line shows the goblin flight path. That's because the goblins are currently orbiting the world in a brass spaceship. They'll send down pods to colonize the surface. Those look something like this. Inside each pod will be 1 to 3 goblins. After landing, the pod can be torn down for scrap and used in the construction of an autocannon or other gadget. Or it can act as a storage place for the goblins to store materials in a central location. So mining any cubes will make the goblins store materials inside, though the door would be open when they go inside. I'll write up a post sometime soon describing the story behind Age of Goblins and what the deal is with the spaceships and all that. Feel free to ask any questions on my blog at byte56.com or comments here on YouTube. You can follow me at Twitter at Byte56. Thanks for watching.